Wow, would you get a load of this? This is the very first BMW I've ever had on the channel. And this is quite the initial BMW to have because the 2019 BMW i8 Roadster has got to be one of the rarest BMWs out there ever. Well, not excluding the 1990 BMW M8 prototype, the BMW 3.0 CSL, the 1995 BMW 850 CSI, the 1989 BMW Z8, any of the 6 Series at this point.
The M3 GT-S, the i3 Shadow Sport, the M3R, the 2002 Diana, the BMW M3 E30 convertible, the BMW M3 GT E36, the BMW M5 Wagon E60, the BMW 7 Series Diana.
Welcome back to the channel, Sparks. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. As of this recording, I am 700 hours away from being monetized on my most favorite platform on the friggin' planet. I'll keep making videos if you keep hitting that like button, commenting something down below, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and hitting that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is every single Friday. Thanks for your support. So first, in 2008, there was the BMW Vision Efficient Dynamics, an ultra-futuristic concept car that actually had a similar powertrain version that the i8 currently has. Then, of course, 6 years later, we got BMW's first ever supercar. Now, this wasn't the first ever hybrid supercar, as there were already the McLaren P1, the Porsche 918, and the LaFerrari. But this was, however, the very first plug-in hybrid supercar. Some may deem the use of the word supercar to describe the i8 as flagrant, but I personally think that the BMW took the term and veered it off into a different direction. Little car pun for you. So historically, is it the fastest or the best handling supercar on the market? No. With a mid-engine turbocharged 1.5 liter 3-cylinder gas-powered engine yanked from the Mini Cooper and an 11.6 kilowatt-hour battery pack tied to 2 electric motors, it only gets about 369 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, with only 141 horsepower on the dual electric motors alone. With 0 to 60 times at around 4.1 seconds, and it has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. So, I mean, like Porsche 911 numbers, like BMW M3 numbers. BMW has always built some of the best front-engined, high-end luxury sports cars on the market ever. Basically why they dubbed themselves the ultimate driving machine. What makes this car so super, though, boils down to a couple of reasons. Reason number 1, I'm looking at it. I mean, hello, this gorgeous, stunning, never been done before, never been seen before exterior design. From the front end coming to a point with the signature BMW kidney grills that thankfully aren't the size of 2 turkey serving platters. Looking at you, 4 Series. Then you have these insanely futuristic laser headlamps. To then the rear end with this carved out flying buttress type fender with the suspended turn signal and generally gorgeous back end. It's stunning. The Roadster, of course, doesn't have the back seats to make room for the retractable top. And it makes the back end even more gorgeous in my opinion. Plus, these insanely cool, gorgeous butterfly doors that makes it look like the car is taking off the ground. Reason number 2, the amount of carbon fiber in this thing is crazy. From the carbon fiber tub to the door panels, it saves on weight and it saves on gas because this thing literally gets a combined 91 mpg with 76 mpge and 29 mpg on pure gas alone. It can also do 27 miles on full electricity, making this a very lightweight and futuristic daily driver that I wouldn't mind being seen in every single day. Reason 2.1, if you hold the unlock button on the key fob and then wait a couple of seconds, wow, I love magic tricks. And then it dings a little BMW noise to let you know that it's finished. How cool is that? And then you lock it and it goes back. You have to hold the key the whole time though. I can see in the monitor that I'm just ahead right now. Reason number 3, and probably my most favorite reason, is this mother interior. I mean, just look at it. Look at it! Why won't you just look at it? It's probably one of my most favorite BMW interiors I've ever sat in, and I'm not kidding. Between the hints of carbon fiber that are like splayed out everywhere, and the way that it's like driver focused, just down to the start button and the little light ring that goes around the start button. In terms of space, I mean, for somebody my height, it's not the most spacious, but it's not that terrible. Because it doesn't have the two back seats in the back, you can actually fit some small carrying cases back there. Emphasis on small. But I mean, between the heads-up display, the fully digital gauge cluster that turns orange when you throw it into sport mode, and the overall way that the thing was designed back in 2012 and 2014, it's crazy to think that this thing was implemented back then and still somehow is so futuristic looking even 2 years after they stopped producing it. All right, now that I'm done gushing about why I love this car, let's talk about some of the reasons that it might not be so super to some people. I think the first and most obvious reason number one, is the value. So in terms of the Roadsters, there was only about 3,800 Roadsters that were produced in total, and about half of those only saw the US market. Because of that, you'd think that the value would be pretty high on these, right? Wrong. Originally, the Roadsters came in with options around $175,000. Right now, you can find them all day long online for between $75,000 and $90,000. That is a humongous drop-off from what the original MSRP was. That's almost as bad as a Maserati, and this thing isn't even a Stellantis group car. All right, so let's get out on the road and talk about some of the other reasons why this might not be the most super car. I think first and foremost, it's absolutely hilarious that I am in winter gear in a Roadster. Not the best time to be in a drop top, but I will take it. That means I get to drive a six-figure BMW, I'm into it. But truly, I think the other reason that people don't really like it is the fact that, according to the owner, they put microphones in the exhaust to amplify the exhaust sound. So on the interior, you get this like V8 grumble that is non-existent because it's not obviously a V8. It's a 3-cylinder, which I cannot believe. That's another reason. That's what, reason number 3? So reason number 2 is the augmented reality sound that they've implemented. And reason number 3 is the 3-cylinder engine. I mean, I can understand that, like, you want to be futuristic. You want to put together a powertrain that is indicative of the future, which is, I guess at this point, electric vehicles. And I commend BMW for that 100%. But a 3-cylinder, really? In something that's like, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting powertrain choice. I will give them that. But I don't know. I mean, it's nimble too. I mean, it's genuinely quick. I mean, it's got the same 0 to 60 that a rear-wheel drive M3 has, and it's pretty quick for that. You know, the steering is a little numb. I'm not gonna lie. I expected like just a tad bit more feedback, especially in sport mode. I expected it to maybe even just tighten up just a little bit more. When you put it into sport mode, you can tell that it's rowdy and it's ready to fight like a supercar, but it's not that intense, I guess, as like, say, the McLaren that I did, or any other supercar. All right, well, to be honest, like, I don't want to stop driving this. I mean, I know I'm talking a lot of smack about the engine and stuff, but like, I don't know. I kind of love it. There's something about it that really is attractive to me in the sense that, like, it does have two different kinds of powertrains that mesh into this one brilliant design. Do I think that it's worth the original MSRP? Yes and no. I mean, it's a mixed answer for me because you're paying for like a work of art, and you're also paying for a work of like complete ingenuity that is just, oh, this is final thoughts, by the way. I'm just doing it on my drive because I don't want to stop. It's just, you're paying for a work of art and you're paying for complete and utter German ingenuity, and it's absolutely a stunning piece of work. And I mean, it'll stand the test of time for a very long time. And I mean, plus they're coming out in 2024 with a new i8 that looks even more futuristic than this one does now. And might even rival that concept car that I was talking about earlier. This whole video has been a pros and cons thing, so you already know how I feel about it. So I'm just gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is every single mother effing Friday. And I am going to turn on sport mode so that I can amp up the interior's augmented reality. Bye, Sparks. Hey, Sparks. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want more Sparkplug TV content, click right here. Right here. You got two options. Choose one, or both.